My name is Chukudi, and here, right now, I am providing a profound reading recommendation. Powershift by Daymond John. Transform any situation, close any deal, achieve any outcome. Have you ever wanted to make a big change in your life but weren't sure where to start? In Powershift, Daymond John, star of ABC's Shark Tank, shares the answer. To take control of your destiny and drive the change you want to see, you need to lay the groundwork so you'll be prepared to seize every opportunity that comes your way. And that means mastering influence. Make an impression. Build influence by establishing a successful track record, putting out a clear and consistent message, and developing a reputation that highlights what you stand for. Negotiation. Make a deal. Develop a negotiating style that will allow you to shift the power over to your side of the table. Do your homework, keep perspective, and play to win-win. Relationships. Make a connection last. Nurture those connections you make along the way so people will want to work with you again. Bring value to your network, then bank that relationship capital so you can draw on it later. Through never before told stories from his life and career, Daymond shares the lessons that got him to where he is today. From how he remade his public image as he transitioned from clothing mogul to television personality, to how he mastered the negotiation strategies that determine whether deals are won or lost in the tank, to his secrets for building long-lasting and profitable relationships with founders and brands. Along the way, he shares insights from people like Olympic gold medalist Lindsey Vonn, reality megastar and influencer Kris Jenner, Miami-born rapper Pitbull, and fellow shark Mark Cuban, whose paths to success have embodied the power shift principle. Whether you're an innovator working to turn your big idea into a reality, a seasoned professional looking to land a major promotion, or a busy parent trying to find more time to focus on what's really important to you, Daymond John shows how to shift your power and energy in the right direction. About the author, Daymond John is the founder and CEO of Fubu, a celebrated global lifestyle brand with more than $6 billion in sales. As one of the stars of the ABC series Shark Tank, he is among the country's most visible and respected entrepreneurs. He is also the New York Times best-selling author of The Power of Broke and Rise and Grind. Daymond is the CEO of the Shark Group, a premier consulting firm whose clients range from Fortune 500 companies to new media businesses to celebrities. President Obama appointed Daymond a presidential ambassador for global entrepreneurship, a position focused on promoting the next generation of entrepreneurs around the world. That is a brief introduction of Powershift by Daymond John with Daniel Paisner. He is the New York Times best-selling author of 2 books and star of ABC's Shark Tank. Here are some quotes from some fellow readers and supporters of Daymond John. Along with Daymond John's never before heard stories or lessons from some of the world's most successful personalities about how they shifted their power in meaningful ways. Chris Jenner on determining your value. You don't have to go ask somebody else for permission. You have the power to be able to stick to your guns and demand your worth. Mark Cuban on finding and understanding your why. Time is the one asset we don't own, we can't buy, and we can never get back. My goal is less about how much money I could make and more about the realization that wealth gave me the ability to direct how I would spend my time rather than having a boss or others to do it for me. Billie Jean King on making it happen. I try to think about what we need. You know, vision equals reality. Dream it, build it. Lindsey Vonn on ambition and self reliance. I'm a goal oriented person, and when I reach one goal, well before I reach that goal, I have another goal in place. There's always a tier of goals I have that I want to accomplish. I'm always looking for the next thing, always looking to be better than I was before. Pitbull on tapping into your inner power. A lot of people feel that to be powerful is to exude strength. I think it's the total opposite. To be powerful is to be powerless. It's when you give everybody what you got. Additional interviewees include Bethany Frankel, Billie Jean Shaw, Charlinda Scales, Clay Newbill, Crystal Volenchak, David Heath, and Randy Goldberg, and Stephen Corey. The book begins with a quote from Bruce Lee. If you always put limits on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. That is Bruce Lee. This book is for you. To the person who is holding this book in their hands right now and looking to make a true change in their life. To the person who has a goal in mind but hasn't been able to reach it. To the person who wants more for their friends and family. To the person who doesn't listen to the haters who tell them their goals are crazy or unachievable. To the person who doesn't wait for things to happen to them, but who makes things happen. To the person who feels lost, probably more often than they'd like to admit it. This book is for you. My mission is to give you the keys to take back control of your life and live from the driver's seat. You have innate and unstoppable power within you, even if you don't realize it. I know you can tap into that power. What are you waiting for? Let's go. The book is broken up the book is segmented into 3 parts. My toughest negotiation ever. The Powershift principle, motivation for light. That's the introductory segment. Then we begin with part 1. Influence, make an impression. Number 3, stand for something. Develop a clear and consistent message. Number 4. Number 5, look for points of connection. Number 6, refine your approach. Part 2, negotiate, make a deal. 7, do your homework. Number 8, set the tone. Number 9, make the first move. Number 10, play to win-win. Part 3, relationships, make a connection last. 11, understand that people are people just like you. 12, bring value without expecting anything in return. 13, bank your relationship capital. In conclusion, 14, the Powershift play. Show a little love, acknowledgements, and index. Daymond John begins with my toughest negotiation ever. The young person seated across from me is insisting that I see things her way. We're pretty far apart in our negotiation. I'm firm in my position, but so is she. In fact, she's beyond firm. She's dug in, fully invested. Her resolve is admirable. She's like a force of nature. When she sets her mind to something, it's as good as done. And even though we appear to be at an impasse, I can see her reaching into her bag of tricks for a way to close the deal. She's determined. It's almost like her life, her entire future, is depending on how she can come to getting exactly what she wants. I can feel it in my bones that things are about to get tough. I tell myself to keep cool and shark-like, but she's hitting me on an emotional level, and it's getting harder and harder to hold my ground. I can close my eyes and feel the advantage shifting to her side of the table. I tell myself to stay strong. A part of me knows I'm being played, but I'm being played by a master. Next come the waterworks. Her tears are like kryptonite, my Achilles heel. And yet, tears or no tears, I cannot accept a bad deal. At last, I am pushed to make a final decision. I stumble over my words as I begin. I'm sorry, Minka, I say. I'm not wearing the princess tiara during tea time. But if I read your favorite story again, but what if I read your favorite story again before bed? That is the introduction to Powershift by Daymond John with Daniel Paisner. Wonderful book. Absolutely recommend to add to your reading list. If you would like to read along, if you'd like me to share more about this, I'd be happy to. Feel free to share. Thank you for listening. This is Chukwudi Wamba.